doing the performances of these 3 Kolinsky size 12 acrylic nail brushes, okay? So, like I said, when it comes to lifting nails, your brush plays a big role of the quality of nails that you create. If you don't invest in anything else, please invest in a decent Kolinsky brush, okay? So I'm gonna start out with my least favorite, which is this one. This is although I still like it a lot, but out of all of these 3 that I have in front of me, this one is my least favorite. Okay, so obviously it's in my top, like 5, whatever, right? So it's clean, ready to go, completely. Now, I will admit, when I first purchased this one, it did shed, and I was not a fan of that. So I'm gonna get out my little bottle, my little container to put my monomer in. Now, when it comes to, like I said, y'all, I'm gonna put the camera down on the items in just a moment, and then I'm gonna show y'all like the differences of how these brushes perform and why I like them and reasons why I don't like them and how you can use them to just many ways of how you can use this, why they're important and help with sealing off an acrylic nail, okay? So I got my solution. Let me get some powder out. And we'll just go from there. Okay, so I got my green powder because I wanna have something visible that y'all can be able to see. Okay. I might add some more. So it's gonna look funky, y'all, because I'm mixing the powder color. Oh no, here it is. But I did make some. Well, no, this one is completely green because somebody had asked for like a pink ombre with a mint green. But anyways, so this is that color. Okay, so I'm gonna place my camera down so y'all can be able to see. Okay, perfect. So now, alrighty, these things that it's not necessarily out of the. Okay, so let's say we're gonna use this one. So I'm gonna start placing my brush inside of. So as you can see, this is a size 12. Now here's something I want to point out, because these brushes, even though all of them are size 12s, if you look at the difference of these brushes, one of them is obviously a little like, it has a higher form of density in it, and it's obviously this one, okay? Which means when I pick up this monomer, it's going to pick up more monomer than these other 2 brushes, right? And there's a possibility, depending on how much monomer you wipe off and use, it can pick up a little bit more. Not necessarily, I would say polymer, which is acrylic powder, but not necessarily. More so of it picking up more monomer when you dip it in there. No. So I'm gonna dip this in here. Let's see. I'm gonna put this right here so y'all can be able to see how it picks up. Look at that. See how I just easily picked it up. Now with this brush being completely dry when it first started, it's gonna take a little bit for it to get smooth, for it to be ready. So now this acrylic bead is ready to use. Now pay attention how it does when I wipe that away. This is what we're gonna be looking at. And then, so it's a little bit more wiping with this brush, but it's off. And then like, as you pay attention to like the tip of the brush, it's versus the other brushes, it's a lot less of a force compared to other 2 brushes. So now I'm gonna use the 100% Kolinsky size 12 D&D Daisy brush. You can't really see it, but it says Daisy like right there. So I thought at first I thought this was the D&D 777 brush, which is one of their brushes that I want to try, but I'll be getting that soon. So I'm gonna immerse it fully into the monomer. As you can see, like I was stating at the beginning when I first pulled out these brushes, look at the density of the hair on these brushes. Even though they're both 12s, the density is way thicker on this one. Okay, which means there's probably like a lot of, well, there's a lot of power in the middle part of the brush. If you don't understand about the brushes, that is a good thing to kind of learn about. So I'll probably point that out in just a second about the brushes and how they operate, because that is important when doing acrylic nails. So I'm going to put this back in there, and then let's watch how the D&D brush picks up. Now, this one does pick up smaller beads, but in the same breath, it is, I don't know what that was in there, but in the same breath, it does pick up a more profound of a bead. That was a really wet bead. You see it's running. We don't want that. That's not a perfect bead to use. Okay, we're gonna start over on that way. I didn't. Okay. Okay, now. For real, for real. I don't know what is being picked up in this. Okay. There it goes. So obviously this one picks up less acrylic than the other one, which is true when I'm doing like long nails. Now, see how that one did? There was less, it was smoother. It was less, what do you call that? This one had kind of like a pause when I wiped it. This one was a smoother wipe, which means at this part of the brush, it can seal the acrylic off a little bit better. So that's what I'm looking at when it comes to these brushes. And also when I wiped it off, there wasn't as much, there was little to no acrylic left over. So that's important when you're looking at brushes. Okay? So let's move on to the size 12 Two Guys Kolinsky brush, okay? Y'all can go check some of these brands out. No, I'm not sponsored, but these are really good brands. So I'm going to place this brush inside of the monitor. I just clean this, so I'm going to wipe that off real quick. But look at the sizing of this brush compared to this one. As y'all can see, even though they're all size 12s. But obviously this one, so this one is obviously the density is smaller, so it's going to make a smaller brush. Or I want to say smaller. It's going to make it skinny. Or did you say it like that? If y'all understand what I'm saying, like the density is like, okay, there you go. So in other words, the brush is going to be thinner if it's less density. Like if y'all know anything about hair or anything like that, you understand what I'm saying. But obviously this one has more density, so this one is going to be thicker than this one. And this one is mid-size, so the density is going to be, so as you look. So this one's first. So I have the density size of these brushes from small or thin to thickest. See the difference in these brushes, even though they're all size 12. All right, so let's get back to the Two Guys brush. And let's fix the polymer. Okay, so let's pick up this bead. Picked up quite a bit. And it's gonna, I love this because it gets smooth really fast, which means this bead is ready to go. So when you're doing nails and you're moving, that wasn't the best bead, but watch how it does. And then there's little to none left over on this. And of course I got acrylic on that side, which clearly wasn't a good bead pickup, but let's try it again. But the smoothness of this Two Guys brush is something else. The consistency is perfect when you wipe it. I love, see, look at that, it's so smooth. And then when you look at the brush, just with one wipe, there's little to, there's no acrylic left on this brush. See? That shows how well this brush seals off. So that's kind of some things to kind of look at when you are looking at a decent brush and a quality brush. That's what you want to look for when you are looking for quality brushes. And again, obviously with quality brushes, that is how you're going to have good sealing with nails for all of the individuals out there who are struggling with lifting nails. These are some things to kind of look at and look for when you're deciding on a brush, or if you're using a brush and you're questioning whether you have a decent brush enough. This is really something to kind of consider. So if you guys have any questions for me, go ahead and let me know. Comment down below, because I'm getting ready to end this live stream. I literally just wanted to show y'all the performances of these brushes and why they're really good brushes and why they perform, why I like the performance of them. Again, the reason why I like the two guys so much is what y'all just saw. It's the smoothest when you wipe, or when you're using it, it leaves little to no acrylic in the brush. All of them are pretty decent. This is my top favorite out of all of these so far. Now, I haven't showed y'all my ultimate favorite brush. It's a very famous brand, but I will be back with that one. So y'all, I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. Again, comment down below if you're somebody who does nails and do experience issues with lifting nails or have any questions about them. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. But until next, guys, it's Q with It'sNails2U.